This is a question from 2002 AS3 Physics 3. Number 4a, the frequency response of a person's hearing may be described in terms of the person's audible frequency range and of his or her frequency discrimination. State the approximate audible frequency range for an average ear. And here again, this is your answer from GCSE. We can hear from 20 to 20 kilohertz or 20,000 hertz. Part 1. Explain what is meant by frequency discrimination. And frequency discrimination is the ability of your ear to distinguish between one frequency and another. And of course that is very much dependent on the intensity that we hear or the loudness of the sound. Ability of the ear to distinguish between one frequency and another. Describe how the frequency discrimination of an average ear varies over the audible frequency range. So this is really a description of what you can actually see on that graph, this intensity versus frequency graph. And you know at 2000 hertz you've got your minimum and so on. So what you're going to say there then, your frequency discrimination is greatest at low frequencies. So from about, if this corresponded to 20 hertz, your frequency discrimination isn't great. You can't hear that many frequencies, but as it goes, it gets a little bit higher, greater than 20. So we'll say from about 60 up to about say 2000 hertz there. You're having quite a good range of frequency that you can hear there. Some young people with defective hearing are diagnosed as having noise-induced hearing loss. State the meaning of that. Now, even if you didn't know anything about this, you would have a good idea that that's hearing loss because of noise. So it's hearing loss as a result of loud or persistent sounds. Or noise. Give one example of a situation where exposure to sound could result in noise-induced hearing loss, and obviously that could be loud music. It could be anything else that you could think of there. For example, a pop concert, disco, earphones too loud, explosion, or anything else that you can think of that's a reasonable answer. Older people may also suffer from deterioration in hearing, but in this case the change is not induced by noise. State how age-related hearing loss differs from noise-induced hearing loss. So age-related, this is where you can't hear the upper frequencies. So with age, ability to hear higher frequencies deteriorates. Whereas with the noise-induced loss, ability to hear all frequencies deteriorates. And so that's the difference between those two, that with age you can't hear your higher frequency sounds.